morning. I am Tessa-Marie and welcome to the morning blessing. How are you feeling today? It is another wonderful, beautiful day. We are here, fired up. Good morning, Stis, and ready to go. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Breathe in the day. Wet, but beautiful. It is 7:59 and we are ready to take on the morning blessings. I am not a victim of the world I am living in. Good morning, Marina. How are you this morning? Share your thoughts, guys, on that topic. We are not a victim. Hello, here we go. We can't talk anymore about anything else. It's time to deliver the morning blessing. Thank you, Stacy, for this. Let me pin it. Yes, we are ready to develop to do this. The morning blessings. Let's do this. Thank you, Marina, and same to you, my darling. Good morning. I am not a victim of the world I am living in this moment. I am not a victim of the world I am living in this moment. You notice this whole wonderful day is going to be about we talking about what it is we're doing with our life. And I'm saying I. So, happy start to a week to all the beautiful humans. Yes, it's a brand new week to create new memories, new opportunities, new charm. That's what it is. Ceci is feeling amazing. Those of you, Ceci, we had rain and rain and rain. Marina knows that. So here we are. First I, second I am not a victim of the world I'm living in this moment. First I, all of us, each of us, have the ability to change the world I am in. We have the ability. Especially when it is looking like we do not have the ability. We have the ability to change the world we are in. Good morning, Lorna. How are you feeling this morning? Where is Georgie? It's all about I. I am the creator of my world. I did it. Whatever world I am living in, if I want to be honest to the woman, man in the mirror, I can take responsibility for the world I created, I am living in. And then question me, Tessa-Marie. I said it's all about I. And it's more about I than you think. Every time, good morning, Azim, how are you this morning? I am not a victim of the world I'm living in this moment. No, you're not a victim. Good morning, Lisa, how are you this morning? I am not a victim of the world I'm living in this morning. I have the ability to change the world I am in. Good morning, Colleen. I am the creator of my world. You can use that for an affirmation, but the purpose of this morning blessing is to remind us that I created this world with my creative powers of my thoughts, words, and action. Yes, we create our world. We were created to create. We are all creators. I say that all the time. So, when you feel like you're a victim, realize you're not a victim. Maybe somewhere along the line, the situation is as it is, and you decide you're a victim of it. But we can change it. I'm going to use the most simplest thing that ever. We have this thing that we do. Somebody asked me a question, and I said, I do not have an X in the race. That is the most powerful thing you have, is an X. A long time ago, when people could not read or write and they were having to do a deal, they told them, just put your X here. And I'm sure Colin did, I even experienced it at the bank. All they could do was that X. But that X opened the door for them to get opportunities. So we do not like it, we put an X on it. We like it, we put an X on it. So I am the creator of my world. I created this world with my creative powers of my thoughts, words, and actions. Yes, we do. This world I am living in this moment, I can change by using those same thoughts to create a new world for myself. Yes, we can. If where we are right in this moment, we feel like we're a victim of the circumstances outside of us, then we are living in a fool's paradise. As horrible as that paradise is, we are not a victim of the world in front of us or around us. We are never a victim. Victims do not have choices. Once you decide that you are a victim, you lose your power. You lose your choice. You're admitting defeat from something that if you decide to X it out, you can X it out. If you decide to use your X to say, this is what I want, you can use your X to do that also. So, this world I am living in, this moment, I can change. You can change it. Good morning, Georgie. How are you feeling this morning? Yes, you can change this world by using those same thoughts to create a new world for yourself, for myself, because it's all about I. This world I'm living in this moment, I can change by using those same thoughts to create a new world for myself. I am able to choose my words and my actions to make what I desire to have in my life. To make it, to create it, to find it, to push it. These thanks, that's lovely to hear, Georgie. So I will take a little bit out of that again and repeat it, because we need to have this concreted in our mind, especially when it's difficult, it's challenging, and it's pushing you back. I can change by using those same thoughts to create a new world for myself. I am able to choose my words and my actions to make what I desire to have in my life appear. Good morning, Arita. I did not only create the world I see all around me, but I used my thoughts, words, and actions and invented this world. Some of us actually invented this world. We created. We do not realize though. And again, remember on Friday when I spoke of the gap? We stop. Harriet, how are you feeling today? How we stop in the gap. And instead of concentrating while we are in the gap about what we really want, we're using the gap to go back and look what we didn't want, but we experienced. We're using the gap to jump into tomorrow and create something we have no idea whether it will be there or not. The thing is though, we need to stay in the gap when we are creating and be aware that we have those creative powers, whether we know it or not. Our thoughts, words, and actions are going to be created in our life, whether we believe it. Whether we think that this is what is going to happen, it will happen. We are not a victim of the life of the world and the world we are living in this moment. We have the ability to change the world that we are in. We do. We have free will. We have a brain. We can create. We can think. We can decide. We can spend time in planning it. I am the creator of my world. My sister told me once, I swear you plan to tell somebody off a year before you actually tell them off. And maybe she's right. It takes time to plan. So if you're going to tell somebody off, you're going to plan it, right? Even if it takes 3 minutes. Why can't you not plan your life? When you are tired, you will blow up. But when you are tired, you can choose to create what you desire in your life also. With your last breath, you're clinging to, I have to do this. It's better if I go this way. So I created this world with my creative powers of my thoughts, words, and action. Many of us have not come to the conclusion that our creative powers are our thoughts, then the words, and then the action. Our action is the energy we put behind the words when we're speaking them out. Our energy is when we make sure we put vibration, high vibration, into the words that are not impeccable and exquisite, and we're sending it out at somebody else. Really? You have that power? You believe? Good morning, Yuko. How are you feeling today? You believe you can? This world I'm living in is a moment I can change by using those same thoughts to create a new world for myself. I'm able to choose my words and my actions to make what I desire to have in my life. I did not only create the world I see all around me, but I used my thoughts, words, and action and invented it. We sit so often and we just invent things. And if we're not in the moment, we're going to invent things that we do not desire. But that is where we make the big mistake in all of this. This world I am in is all because I started creating it one small thought, followed by one small word, followed by one small action, consistently, persistently, all the time. When you say, I am exhausted, I have a friend, and she would, you meet her at a social, and she goes, hi, how are you doing? Oh, I'm so exhausted. And after a little while, you say, hi, how are you? And you go this way. Because you do not want to hear about the exhaustion, because yes, you can change it. We do things and then we expect others to feel that energy. And when you are standing there like this, and you are this social, and you have your glass in your hand, and this person is telling you how exhausted they are. Have you noticed you take a big gulp of alcohol, because you need to, you're not getting it, and you want to get out of it, but you can't. So you're frozen in time, and you're looking at them, and you go, really? And they don't even allow you to speak. That story has to be told, why they're exhausted. And then you realize, which you shouldn't, they created it. And if you're not smart enough to find a way to drop it, you're taking it home with you. Have you noticed you go to bed and you're saying, oh, I heard what Joan said. Oh, God, this is so hard for her. And you're talking and talking. And it hurts you. Because you have carried it. You took it from Joan. Joan gave it to you on a platter, just like this. And you said, okay. And then you maybe got involved in it. And you're at this place and you're working on giving her advice on how to get out of it. Hey, she can give herself advice. She knows better. I appreciate she telling you. You can say, no, that's amazing. That would be me, because I do not understand the pain. I go, I'm amazing. And I go, no, it's not amazing. That's a wrong word. Why don't you just shut up? So I shut up and I just stand there until something moves me. So to avoid it the next time, I talked about that in the 5 pillars of prosperity. I said that when you are in a situation and you know you're going to find it difficult for you to stop absorbing these energies, plan how you're going to react. Plan when it's time to leave. Plan how you say it's time to leave. We need to plan. We plan a trip and we refuse to plan our lives. I always said, if we put as much energy into planning a vacation, and we took all of that energy we do to plan a vacation, man, and to plan our life, what a life we would have. When we go on a vacation, if you see a West Indian woman going home for the summer, or for whatever time, you do not want to be in their path. Every single item is itemized. They know what outfit they use. If they leave Toronto wearing green, I bet you they're landing wearing red. Somewhere on that flight, they find a way to change. Every outfit has its time. But in many cases, we gallop through life wearing the same outfit of pain and torment. Victimhood. They hurt me. It was this person's fault. But the thing is, We can change that. We can decide it. Because when you come to this point, this world I am in is all because I started creating it one small thought followed by one small word followed by one small action. Day in and day out, I am exhausted. And it's never anything else. So the thing though, that is the most difficult thing in all of that, is to come to that point and you say that sentence. This world I am in is all because I started creating it one small thought followed by one small word followed by one small action every flipping day. I am so busy, I have so much to do, I cannot stop to think. And you wonder why you don't know who you are. You wonder why you cannot pull a word out of your mouth, because you're not stopping to think. And you wonder why the wrong word came out, because again, you're not stopping to think. When that sentence becomes your reality, this is what you're going to change it to. I love my world because I created it. Once you start thinking of that, you cannot think of the victim situation. I love my world. Tessa-Marie, I really love the world I am in because I created it. The small things. I know the big elephant in the room is the horrible experiences and challenges you're having now. But in the midst of this broken mirror, when it is cracked, you can see through it. And that is when you go and you look through it and you see, yes, in this world where I am a victim, I still have good things in there. So I am going to zero in intentionally, maybe faking it for a little bit. But once you start faking it, it starts showing you more of what you have that you created that is good. There is no way all we create is bad. But the bad is bad. The bad covers the good. And we have to shake it up, shake up the good and say, show your head. Our good is like the sun. For the past few days, all we've had in Toronto is torrential rain. Rain upon rain upon rain, flooding. My cousin in Mississauga was 2 hours sitting in her car with her daughters, just sitting in the car for 2 hours. They couldn't move. There was so much rain. The streets were flooded. It was like a river. But they came out of it. She said we stepped out of the car, we stood on the sidewalk, and that's all we could do. And waiting for 2 hours for the roads to clear so they could go home. Not from people or traffic, but from water. That is what it is. That was a situation. But what could they do? Step out, stand quietly, and wait. And then go home. I love my world because I created it. I also created a world for myself while believing that I had the power to create an awful world for someone else. That's our problem. This is where we fail ourselves. We are so busy straddling into other people's lane. We are so busy stepping in their path. We are so busy, good or bad, telling people what they should do that we forget to tell ourselves. All of what you're doing, all of what you're saying is about yourself. And that's why, if we look back at the world we have, we will see the many times we use negative energy towards another person because we use our thoughts to do it. Oh, I despise Tessa-Marie. She's jumping up and down all over the place. Thank you. Because I am jumping up and down because you keep sending that energy of jumping up and down towards me. And I say thank you. My brother Curtis taught me, he said, when somebody's sending a negative word towards you, you tell them, I repel it in the name of Jesus. But he also said, when they send a good word, say thank you in the name of Jesus. So when they say, like he said to me, somebody saw, well, it's true, we were all together at a restaurant. And this man came up. And that's when he told it to me. And the man said, all I see here is money. And Curtis goes, oh, thank you so much. I'm wondering, are you Elvis Presley now? And then when the guy left, he told us. I said, who told you that? He said, Mom. What I found out, she gave each of us different little apples for us to take in our pocket and go somewhere. She was just full of them. I also created a world for myself while believing that I had power to create an awful world for someone else. Here comes the important part. Now that I know better, I have committed to staying focused on me. Stay on my path. Do not straddle onto someone else's lane. Do not push where I shouldn't be pushing. Be conscious of what I'm thinking. Spend the time creating what I truly desire. Because when I create what I desire for another, I am creating for myself. So you complain and you made somebody lose their job, or you told something you shouldn't have spoken about somebody. And that person lost their job because it was you that went and said, so-and-so is doing this, they shouldn't do that, and they lost their job. And then it doesn't take long. A few more years, you also lose your job. And you're angry. But we forgot we created that statement. We took action to hurt somebody, and we did it by hurting ourselves, not realizing it. But now we know better. Now we know better. So we need to stop doing that. We need to stop thinking, look at the person. All you can do, you can see. And when you see, all you have to see is what it is you desire to see in yourself. When you see that human being coming at you, if you see the God in that person, even if it's a tiny speck, guess what? You have just seen the God in yourself. Believe it. You ask, have you noticed? When you asked for a little, you got a lot. And you're wondering, wow, I just asked for a little. And I got all this help. I got a lot. When you ask for horrid, you also get a lot of it. Each shows up. A hole for someone, what you should be digging one for yourself, same thing. Good morning, sister. Yes, this is it's in Proverbs, I think. It's in the Bible. When you're digging a hole for somebody else, just dig two. But yet, we take that Bible and everybody knows it, and some know it more than us that are Catholics. They say they do, but really they don't. But they walk with it, they pound it on the ground, they've got it in them, and they just do not understand. They do not read it themselves. Like I said to my cousin Jean, you're letting somebody who cannot read explain to you what they're reading. They're stumbling and you're sitting there and you can do better than that. What's your point? It's in there. When you're digging a hole for somebody, make sure you dig two, because sooner or later your word is your bond. You agreed. You agreed to create this life you're carrying. So this person lost their job. They got fired because you said something on them that you shouldn't have. But then, fast forward. Did you stop to think that you created that? No, we don't. We think we have the power to affect somebody's life, somebody else's life. Good or bad, we do not have that power. Georgie said that. What they do in Jamaica, keep jumping up and down, Stacey said. So now that we all know better, I have committed to staying focused. We know better now, so what are you committed to do? I am committed to stay focused, on me. Stay on my path. You have a path, whether you know it or not. Do not straddle onto someone else's lane. Or if you're driving and you straddle on somebody else's lane, you can cause an accident. And guess what? You get hurt. So life has the lessons. The universe is teaching us. God told us. But yet we keep doing this. Why? Why do we believe we have the power to create a horrible life for somebody else and a good life for us? So whatever we see that person coming to us as, and you do not like their energy, just let it go. And if you want to be bold, you can do what sometimes I do. I see somebody coming at me, and I know by the way they're looking at me, if they could kill me, they would, and I go, the Holy Spirit in you, is greeting the Holy Spirit in me. Just like that to myself, or my lips will move. And then I keep going. The thing is that we are not victims of the world we are living in this moment. We have the ability to change it if we do not like it. We are created to be creators. We were created and put on this planet to be a creator of everything. Even when you pray and you ask God for guidance and show me the way, if you do not listen, you will not hear the way, you will not see the way, you will not understand the way. We are exactly that. Arita, can you hear Miss Kaidi like you said to on Saturday? I can hear you in the morning, but you don't want to talk to me when I'm here, right? She's chatting away. I have the ability to change the world I am in. I created this world with my creative powers of my thoughts, words, and action. So if where you are, you love it, and then a little disturbance come, do not let that pull you away from it. Do not let that pull you away from this great, amazing world that you have. Listen to what I said. I love my world because I created it. So you're living the life of Pi. You're living this amazing life. Everything is working for you. Everything is sync and you're marching through the world, determined, purposeful. You're amazing. Have you stopped and say, I am so grateful for the life I am living. I am so grateful I had the thought, the words, and the action to create it. But if it was a bad situation, you would tell me, you'd use the HATE word and let me know how much you despise it. But again, what you say is what you're going to get. You will just keep getting more of it. So we might all just learn to make sure that we are acknowledging the good in our life. A smile from a child, a hug from a husband, a kiss from a lover. In the middle of all of that, there is something you do not like. And if you see that, when you see that person, that's all you're going to get when you see that person. But if you see the sweetness, the joy in that person, be there. But do not envy the person that has all of that, because you are not willing to change your thoughts, words, and action. So if you're constantly ponging how much they're better than you, you're just making them better than you. You're making them more successful than you. But if you're saying, oh, what a lovely life they have, this is amazing, you do not have to wish it for yourself. You just acknowledge you are having a ball. Give a compliment like that. Say, you are really enjoying being you, aren't you? Yes, I am. And let that person tell you that. Because once you say that, you are really enjoying the life you have. You're also saying it for you. So it doesn't matter which side of the yin and the yang you want to go, or which side on the black and the white you want to go, it's all yours. You are not a victim of the outside world. You are a victim of your thoughts, your words, and then the action you took to create the world you're living in. It's what you see, you get. When when last you said, I am happy and grateful. Everybody I meet is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. I'm happy and grateful. Every step I take is amazing, beautiful, and spectacular. I'm happy and grateful. Every breath I take is that. Everybody I encounter, everybody I converse with, all of that. Once we put this in there, it's going to make it better for yourself. You don't like that person? Walk away. You do not want to be where they are? Walk away. This is not right for us to expect every other human in the world can feel the energy. Sometimes our energies are so high or so low that others cannot take it. Like I said at the beginning about my friend, you walk into the room and she starts telling you, all you said is, how are you feeling? I am so exhausted and raw, and the body goes down like this, and you're standing there. And so you have to prepare yourself. I walk with a drink when I'm going towards her. So I can put the glass to my mouth and leave it there for a while. She's moaning and groaning. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I'll talk to you. You know what I mean? You can't even put words together to string it into a sentence. But in this book, I showed you how. Emotional prosperity, they're draining you. Learn, take your copy and read it. I know you guys have it. You notice what I just said? I did not say, I hope you guys have it. I did not say, maybe you should buy it. I did not say, why don't you have it? I said, I know you guys have it. Words, thoughts, and I didn't think it. It's in my habit to speak that way. That's why it comes up that way. Now that I know better, that is the last thing for you. I have committed to staying focused on me. Stay in the gap. The gap between yesterday and tomorrow is where focus lies. They're focused on yourself. Stay on your path. Do not straddle onto someone else's lane. For when I do, I am still creating my own world. This is my last words for you today. When I do, even if I straddle, I jump in their lane, all of that, I am still creating my own world. Avoid the gossiping. Leave it alone. For all you do, each time you do, all your thoughts, words, and action is creating your own world. Have a wonderful, amazing Monday, the 19th of, what it is? August 2024. And let's see what the weather does today. Stacy's muggy and we're wet. This is amazing kindness, and choosing to be kind costs nothing. No, it doesn't cost a cent. I like that saying, but it's in the Bible. We forget. So wonderful people. Stacy, Rita, Yuko, Georgie, Marina, Lisa, Colin, my sister, and Lorna. Wonderful people. Just take one thing from today. See if you can remember to stay in your lane. And I said gossip at the end because sometimes you don't have that intention, but somebody brings it up, and you're going, okay, and you fall into it. Be careful of those words. It creates your own. Have a wonderful and amazing day. See you on the other side of time. Today, Ellen is going to talk to me on something. I don't understand all this technology and all these places. At 10, if you on the 5 pillars of prosperity, you don't see the people, they don't see you. But she questions you and people ask questions. So she decided to do this. So I'm going to chat with her at 10 about the 5 pillars of prosperity. And then, what's his name? Cyrus Webb is having me on his Amazon show because he's one of Amazon's, whatever they do, people that talk about Amazon. He's number 5 on Amazon in interviewing and whatever. And he was the one that pushed me, because now and again, Cyrus drops by. We met on the internet, and I acknowledge him in here. I said, I'm expressing my gratitude to Cyrus Webb, who was the first to encourage me to write this book. And so now he said, I have a copy, and I'm going to help you promote the book on Amazon. And it's the same thing that Ellen is doing on her show, whatever. I don't get all the shows. It's something like Discourse, I think. I don't know. Anyway, here I am. So guys, I have given the 5 pillars of prosperity wings to fly. I have said to the 5 pillars of prosperity, go around the world and help others to live a fulfilled life. Show your face. Let them know. Let them pick you up. Open the book and live a fulfilled life. Somebody sent a note yesterday and she said, I just had the book and I opened it. And when she read it, it was chapter 1, the pillar of emotional prosperity. She said, I read, your emotion belongs to you and you are responsible is to keep it healthy. She read that and she said the book just snapped closed in her hand. And then she realized at that time she was having a hard time emotionally. So it was a good reminder for her, to you, and your responsibility is to keep them healthy. All your emotions. And that's all she needed. So sometimes a book like this, just open it. And water consumption, drinking lots of water daily keeps the entire body lubricated everywhere. So which one of us wants that today? So that's why I said to the 5 pillars of prosperity, my child, my creator, I have released you to the world. Have fun visiting the worlds all over the world. Great job, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. I don't know what the world is going to, what the download is for tomorrow, but I'm sure I'll have it. I had a wonderful wet weekend. I had it. You got a synchronicity or whatever we want to call it. On Wednesday or Thursday, I had been planning a return. I have been planning for a while to get together, and we weren't able to get together. It always was something in the way. And on that Wednesday or Thursday, as soon as I was in the zone, invite Arita on Saturday. So I called her and I told her. So Arita Marshall. So Arita, and it's raining, and I had to go pick her up because I've said the weather. And the rain, and of course, rain stalled vehicles, there was a stalled bus, and just heavy duty rain. But before that, on Friday morning, Lisa Marshall, you see that? There is a synchronicity. I have no idea where. Well, I'll tell you more. I'm coming to see you today. Lisa, I have been coaching for 12 years. I'm not coaching her anymore, but every time she needs a vitamin shot, she calls me. And I know when she calls, we talk, but when she calls to come see me, I know she's looking for something. She needs my attention. So I said, sure. So now I have 2 ladies coming, right? So anyway, I picked up Arita. We were fighting the weather, the wind. There's a time you couldn't see where you were going, but you're going. And then we got here, and we spent the afternoon, and I took a zucchini from the garden, some chickpeas, and then almond flour, no eggs, and I don't know what else, and we made these cakes. Lisa is a vegan, so we couldn't give her cheese, but Arita and I had cheese, and we spoke. And then I said to Arita, I wonder why I have 2 ladies named Marshalls, and they're both married to Marshall men. Not the same, but close enough. Grenada and I think Trinidad. But the thing that Arita answered was that it is to show us how connected we are. And I thought that was brilliant. They had never met personally. They had been on my seminars and saw each other, but they never met. But they met on Saturday. And it was a soothing conversation, just sharing. It wasn't gossiping, sharing about things that are happening in the world. And it was lovely to hear that. So I'm just saying thank you, ladies, for dropping by. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to fool around in the kitchen with you. Have a great and wonderful day. Love you. Bye-bye.